Last night's dreams were like in these treatment center kind of cell lockup things with people, and I kept trying to get people to get out and talk people out of locking each other up, but it was all, no, this person's got to be locked up here, and you got to have the key, and they've got it, and there's a cell, and there was all these cells, and some of these isolation cells, I found the keys weren't working for them, and they were done up like a Muslim prayer room, and you could go in there and pray, but nobody knew about it. It was really weird, man. I was just like, well, it was a really weird dream, and it was like, it was almost like a poor black redneck hillbilly hell. You're caught in all these cells, having to live in trailers and buy your way through and accept the program. And no, you got to be locked up in here. It's a good program. We've got the good life, and you don't want to be like these other peoples. And it was the same thing in Muslim countries and stuff. And it was, you know, we got the right answers. And it's like, no, this is hell. This is horrible. Let's just stop locking people up and here, just give them keys. No, they kept taking the keys. I was like, we'll make them keys, and no, I'm not trying to deceive you. Why don't they all just have keys to their own doors? And what's going on? It was really weird. It was an interesting dream. Why can't these people be free from this prison? And they were all arguing over who gets to keep the keys, who gets to lock each other up, and who gets to be in charge of the prison. And I was like, this is just insane. This is life. It's just prison. It's a big prison, and everybody argues over who gets the keys, who gets to see, who gets to have the keys, who doesn't get keys to their own door. I'm holder of the keys, and I'm in charge of the prison, and this prison will never shut down. And I was just like, wow, why is that? Well, because we all hate ourselves. We hate each other, and we don't trust ourselves or each other. And you don't know Jesus, and we do. Okay. What about Muhammad? Y también. Same thing. This is how it works. Muhammad worked this way, and Jesus worked this way. We all work this way. It's just how we work. We hate each other. We don't trust each other. But we sure know Jesus, and we sure know Muhammad. We sure know Haile Selassie, and we sure know Steve Biko. And if everybody behaved like Steve Biko, or Haile Selassie, or Muhammad, or Jesus, this world would be fine. So if everybody behaved like me, we'll be perfect. But you don't trust anybody else, and you hate all of them. Right, because they don't behave like Jesus or Muhammad. You're going to have to trust somebody. They'll kill you. You'll be dead. If you're one and done and you were a person that was like Jesus, you'll be in your crystallized heaven and you'll be happy. Okay? You'll be in that imaginary Joel Osteen real estate. All right? So trust them. No, they'll kill me. You'll be in your heaven. You'll be doing the right thing. Jesus trusted people, and they let him down. Ralph Earl Parsons Jr. trusted people, and they let him down. So if I get killed, that's why I haven't been worrying about the whole death thing. If they murder me, and you guys are right, I'll be in crystallized heaven. No, you won't. We've got to keep you alive so you can torture me with all this distrust and all this extortion and all this hate of self because you hate each other, because you distrust each other, because no one's just like you. And anybody who is just like you gets to hang out in your group and stay in the cell, and if they do anything and step outside the lines and be human for any moment at all, you sit there and tell them that Jesus and Muhammad don't love them and you're just not right and we're going to have to kill you. I don't get it. And then the rest of you, if you can't pay your... No. I have to sit here, okay, with people that work for drug companies and oil companies that mass murder people, mass poison people, and give them anecdotes, and I have to sit here and fight against it. And then I have people that say I'm a bum because they feed me off $200 a month in food stamps, and my dad gives me a place to stay, and I'll do a little work around here sometimes. He takes pity on me and he lets me use the truck sometimes when the sheriff's department's not finding something wrong with it, so I can't drive it, especially when he leaves town. And so I can't go to get my paperwork in to get my $200 for food stamps because they don't want me eating. They want me shutting up. They want me accepting a local job so I don't make them look or feel bad, and they hate me. And I'm the dredge on society, and I'm a creep, but I'm wondering, are they doing this for appearance's sake so they continue their business as usual, or do they actually believe that they're a better human being than I am and that I'm a bum who's a dredge who lives off food stamps? And I'm like, I tried to explain this to him. I mean, if I'm just eating the bare minimum on food, how am I dredge on society if you guys are making tons of money off of extortion which is destroying our environment, and then murdering each other to keep the business going and keep everything quiet. I'm so confused. My head's starting to hurt. Are you mad at me because you hate yourself, or are you mad at me because do you hate me because I took the path that was the better path than you? I mean, why do you hate me so much? Because I really don't hate you. No, I love you, and I want you pardoned, and I want you forgiven, and I want people to see that you live in a really screwed up world with people that, it's like, I told everybody, it's like working for Lord Voldemort. The people that work in my state government and my local government, a lot of them, if they don't harass me and treat me like shit and try to do evil things to me, evil people will murder them or murder their family. That's what I have to believe. Otherwise, you can't just do this on your own. You can't be that evil. You can't be. There has to be other extenuating circumstances, like Draco. You know, if I don't do this, he'll kill me. Don't listen to him. If you guys all stand against him and don't listen to him and say, no, we're not going to kill Ralph. Why? Well, we like Ralph. Why? Well, he likes us, and he trusts us, and we're taking his kids and won't let him survive and call him a bum because he's not destroying the planet. We are, and he's trying to stop us. I love Ralph. I love you too. I love me too. For all of you out there that are thinking the same way right now, I love Ralph too. I love me. Love is me, and love is you. Let's love together. Be it silly. I'm trying to make this silly so I can reach out a hand to you, and then you'll take it. Okay, and then we'll be friends and family. We can go to a barbecue together and tell jokes, and discuss who's going to win the Mayfield Curses game, and see if the Aggies are getting any better. I have a feeling once they get into the Sun Belt they might. But that stuff all might be just pretty much irrelevant if we're not ready for the right kind of things happening with possible tsunamis in Florida and volcanic eruptions in the middle of our country, our beloved America. Because then, you know, if we're just all being distracted by football's not going to really matter much. So we're going to have to, you know, maybe, you know, if we can't play ball at Romney or War Memorial, which are two of my favorite, and Washington Grizzly for a while, well, maybe even for more than a while, because if there's a big eruption, which is highly tangible and possible. I mean, because when 9/11 happened, we were going to NAU games, and we were going to go to the next one, and then they threw off the whole schedule and canceled the game and did it because of 9/11. And so, you know, you think 9/11 would stop a game. How about a tsunami that takes out Florida? You think they might halt football games for a while there? Well, yeah, I guess that would be kind of depressing if Florida Atlantic, Florida International, Bethune-Cookman, FAMU, Florida State, Central Florida, South Florida, the Florida Gators, you know, all those, yeah, Griffin Stadium, Doak Campbell Stadium, and a bunch of other pretty legendary college stadiums are no longer able to play football at it anymore, and a lot of their teams are not alive. You know, you think it was tough that Marshall's team didn't make it on the airplane. How about if a huge tsunami comes up and takes out most of Florida? Yeah. We don't watch the Bulls and the Knights and the Owls and the Panthers and the Knowles and the Rattlers and the... Holy cow. There's lots of good college football in Florida. It's our college football hotbed. There's some of the best athletes in all the country that play football out of Florida and stuff like that. So that would really throw off our whole football vibe. And then, you know... So yeah, it'd be even worse if the tsunami takes out Florida for football than a volcano going in the middle of the country. Just, yeah, so Montana, they can't get in their Grizzlies, and you know, Utah, Romney just started rocking again and started doing well. What about the Spectrum? Yeah, the Spectrum, that's not cool. Wild Bill. No, college basketball felt Wild Bill. Oh, who cares? They'll all be dead, and we'll all be getting over it. We'll be migrating, building biodomes. All the poor people will be living here in a Book of Eli, you know, disturbed, another way to die kind of way. Don't worry about it, man. We can play football in a video game. Yeah, I guess so. Okay. Why? Well, because we can't stand those people, and we don't trust them. And you know, who would trust you? You let it all happen, and you didn't care. What if someone was doing that to you? Maybe they are doing that to you. Maybe you don't have as in of an in crowd as you think. I mean, I wouldn't trust people that were setting up stuff like that. Hell no. We're going to just get rid of all them. They need to die. They've been the problem. The people, the ignorant ones, yeah, because they're so stupid. Yeah, but we're deceiving them. That's like, well, it happens. It's modus operandi. Look what happened with me and Amy. I'm telling the truth to everybody. Everybody's like, you're a pervert. No, I think the one that screwed everybody in town was making the videos and training her how to, and I think the people right now that are trying to train her to try to seduce me, so they can, he's got to go for it, so we got to get him to try to sexually come on to you. So try harder, Natalie. Try harder to talk more about sex and seduce him, so he'll try to have sex with you. He wants to have sex with you. He's a pervert. He's admitted it. Yeah, physically, yeah, she looks like Kim Kardashian. She wears these pants from Kohl's that make her look like absolutely Badal. She has one of the nicest butts I accidentally ever saw. She accidentally saw my penis when she walked in on me in the bathroom. Does that make her a pervert? I mean, I told her I was trying to hold the door shut. She walked right in, looked right down. Oh my gosh, and she kind of laughed. I was like, I'm sorry. Natalie, I'm sorry. I didn't want you to see. Please don't, okay. Yeah. Is she a pervert? No, I think she's just a teenage girl that's being manipulated by a bunch of sick people. I think she's beautiful. I think she's intelligent. I think she's courageous. And I think she's protecting. And I really wanted to be her dad because that's what I signed up for. I didn't sign up for all this psychopathic crazy shit, but apparently you guys did because you really like the stuff they do and you really want to run down the family traditions because he's just a big bunch of overblown mythical bullshit is what the Messiah is. He's not anybody special. I think we're all special, and I think he tries to prove that to you. I think that's what he is. I think he tries to show you that we're all human. You can be in the most heinous conditions, and if you pray and have faith, you can get through pretty decently. I think he proved it. I didn't prove it. God proved it, but God's people helped. I had other people praying too. Ralph, you got to get through this. You got to get through this. You have to be the evidence. You'll do it. I can't do this. No, I kept praying too. I can't do this. And I told her that too. You come in with all the shit I've been through and you come in naked and try to get up on me, I would have been able to tell her no. God, I would have been able to. Well, because I would have sat there and said, first of all, look, as much as I want to, because you're way prettier than your mom, and you're way more protective and you're beautiful. But no, someone will find out and they'll lock me up. I'll go to prison and I'll get raped. And I really don't want that. And I don't want to be raped by a bunch of people that have done the same thing I just did. But I got caught because you came to be with me to make me feel better because your mom was so damn evil. And all the rest of the women that we've asked for help here that are not helping are just as evil too. Okay, I'm sorry, so we can't do this, okay? And how would that be for her psyche if this girl comes in and it's her first planned and trained conquest and she can't do it, okay? What's wrong with me? Because my sister told me that too. She said, all you worry about is what's wrong with you. How come someone didn't come on to me? I'm not trying. You could sleep with Amy, but not with me. Yeah. Well, because she was an adult that was allegedly your mother that was supposed to take care of you and teach you about protecting relationships, and we were going to try to protect the kids together, and I had to forgive her and take her back, especially the way the society is today, because they give them the kids no matter what they do. It's sick. It's psycho. But I want you to have a man of your own who's closer to your age that is trained to protect people like I'm trained to protect you. And I'm trying to teach you to have a man, try to get a man like me. Not me, I'm your stepdad who's in his 40s and you're in your teens. And I don't want to. I mean, physiologically, you'd have to be a moron not to. I would love to. If Kim Kardashian came over tomorrow, and well, when she was single, not when she's having a baby with somebody else, but if she came over and she was single and started taking her clothes off and saying, let's get busy, I'd be like, how long? But I'd be like, well, I'm a dad. I've got kids, so we can't just go willy-nilly go screw and just forget about life for a while. But anytime after the peas and carrots hit my head and we got time after I'm tired, and the kids will play, I can spend a little bit of time with you if I still got some energy left. But the more you love me, the more energy I'll get. And the more we get these kids straightened out and listening because they have a woman in their life that is mature, intelligent, loving, and respects their pops, I'm sure we'll get a lot more romantic loving, and I will make sure. And then, once that happens, and we build a good network of other people that we can trust and love, we could probably get ourselves to where we have a weekend where we take their kids and they take our kids, and then we get time, just me and you, all alone. And I will work towards that, because that seems like an admirable goal, to spend time alone with mommy, not because I want to get rid of the kids to spend time alone with mommy, but because that's just one of the rewards of being a mommy and a daddy is time to love mommy and daddy, all by, it's special time. But with me, it's a rare time, because the kids are only young for so long. I always told everybody that, is that old Very Young by Cat Stevens, man, And then when they go through adolescence, you got to go. I mean, I told Amy that in that letter, that email that they used against me, that he's such a pervert. I was so proud of me and her. We went through preconceived, manipulated, groomed trip to making heaven into hell and hell into heaven. And we both tried to protect each other and love each other and take care of each other without accepting their bullshit. I mean, she believed in me, and I didn't let her down. And she had to help betray me because of what her grandparents, my ex-wife, and my siblings did with their professionals and the people that they work with. And then to have to sit there and on top of that, man, I had to sit there and hear the public schools roundtable open door stuff, and hear that one of the ladies that helped set this into motion, her husband became the principal and got promoted and got like principal of the year. I'm like, holy shit. He gets an award for like principal of the year, and my kids get taken away. My daughter gets put into foster care because the professionals there can't help her because of what the professionals here did to her. And my kids, it's crazy. This world, the evil get rewarded, and the ones who try to do right just get tortured. It's not changing. It's still the same. It's just the way it was back in the day of Jesus and Muhammad. All the people that believed in Muhammad were martyred and murdered, and they wouldn't give in, and they wouldn't give in to their multiple gods in their marketplace, and they would rather die than accept their lies. And I keep saying that, and he goes, oh no, Ralph, you can't die. I know I can't die. I know we have to do this expeditiously. I know we have to save the planet, and I know we have to save it from ourselves. I know we have to start trusting each other, and I know we have to follow people that are worthy of trust. I know I'm worthy of trust. I know I'm worthy of more trust than most people, because I tell people the facts and the truth about what's going on, while other people hide because they're too afraid, or they're too afraid that the truth will come out about them. Just live the truth and accept the fact that you're human and that people can love you for being human. I had to go through a lot of crazy, intense shit to prove to people you can be human and you can get through it, and you can pray to God for help, and there's people out there that will help you even if the odds are against you so hard and so high and so far, with people with lots of money and influence are trying to make you look horrible, act perverse. They even know I'm not perverse, because a lot of these people in these groups have had group collective, Michael Aquino, if you study him, had group collective mind control, sexual molestations of young people to control people sexually. One of his own peers in the Army tried to get a lawsuit against him and lost, because Michael Aquino won it on religious liberties. Yeah. Michael Aquino and Antoine LaVey and all Alistair Crowley's and stuff like that, they put the money together to use sexual manipulation groups, and they use young people to predicate on older people, and then they get in a sexual position and then they own them. That's one of the worst crimes you can do, is be an older person who's in a protective, trusting position and have sex with the younger person and manipulate them. But what happens is like what happened with Amy, is once that happens, they own you. And I knew that. That's why I was like telling Amy, I'm not going to go for it. And then telling Natalie, you can't go for it. We can't do it. No, because it's not a form of love. You don't love him. You want to control them. Because the moment you have sex with him and you're underage, you own him. No matter what, he has to do what you want. Yep, he has to do what you want, or I'll just tell everybody, like Amy did with the Fabres when the cops came in and she admitted she had an affair right in front of two officers, which set the case into a legal matter, the whole 9 yards. The cops run me out of the house, make me go back and get the kids. They're telling jokes about me in the front yard while she goes in there and burns all my photographs of my mom and my son. And then sits there listening to the mixtape of the man that screwed her in my house, and she took my daughter to go screw at his house multiple times. I only slept with him once in a continual fashion, and she was sleeping with 2 other guys at the time too. Natalie's father and Noah's and Emily's father. She was sleeping with Adam, Kelly. She had talked. I met him at the mall and stuff, which means she was screwing Kelly. She was having sex with Kelly. She was having sex with Adam, and she was having sex with this Cruz Santos guy. She just couldn't pick which one she wanted to keep. Cruz Santos guy seemed to have a better job and work harder and stuff like that, so he seemed like the best deal. Adam didn't seem like about settling down, but he was fun to have sex with and talk to because he was cooler and he got her better than I did. And Kelly just still wasn't grown up yet, but he was 6'5" and had a bigger penis, so he was fun to have sex with too. And he would have sex with her when she was on her period when she got really horny. I won't. No, it disgusted me. I was like, God, no. And that's when she'd have sex with him the most, was during her period, and she was like, we're going to have to grow you up and get you your Red Wings. I was like, oh, God, no. I will not have sex with you on your period. No. I will help you get in the shower. I'll come wash you off if you need it. I'm not above that. It's just very special time for you, but it's, yeah, I won't even mind even if it's embarrassed for you. I'll come in there and wash you off and make sure you're okay. I'll buy you chocolates. I'll rub your head, rub your hips and your back. I'll do anything. I'll kiss you. I'll snuggle you. I'll do everything short of put my penis in you. But I won't have sex with you on your period. No. Nah, she would talk about it. When she conceived the kid, she miscarried when she had sex with Kelly when they got back together right after they got out of prison, because she did it when they were on their period and stuff like that. She would keep asking me, and mostly it made me sick since when she went and screwed with her ex. And at the time I was like, well, I asked she wanted to, and she told me about it. They took pictures, they had photographs and pictures and chocolates and dirty letters exchanged. Well, they weren't dirty, nasty letters, I guess you could say. Exchanged while she wrote to him while he was in prison, in jail. And then there was, porn tape in the video player and a flower on the table and graham crackers and a bottle in the crib where they put Natty in there and tried to keep her occupied while they were having sex in the other room. She let me clean up the apartment and told me, oh no, we didn't have sex, you were just making stuff up. And then she admitted about 3 years later, well yeah, I did have sex with him, but I wasn't screwing around because that was Natalie's father and I was trying to make up with them and we weren't married. And then she realized she made a mistake. She came back and told me that when we made up, and I took her because the little voice said, take, because Natalie needs you, and which she did, obviously. And she sat there and she said, I went back, and he was talking about taking pictures with her and buying her toys, and I said, she goes, yeah, I realized to myself, a little voice told me inside, you don't need pictures and toys, you need someone who changes diapers, and he's going to be there to love her no matter what. So she came back to me. I gotta go. I'll do the next one. Blessings and peace.